Alaska major so.
Na boko de.
Onyame adoma hoden ho.
Ghana hoye.
Waka da bia meka say ahoden na hianti. So wo bia that is the most important thing. Na all the hope aka ho. Because da bia meka say hope is life. The very moment you lose it, you are dead without knowing. And see, we are always hopeful, thinking things will get better.
Wow.
Yeah, because the current situation doesn't look inspiring, to be very honest with you, especially we a young person our Ghana. Man young one said there will be a pet visa so be to coin.
Be a pet visa.
Yes.
So be to coin.
Yes, because as we say, be a feel proud to live in his own country. Because South Africa very hardly know who say people are keeping out.
Exactly.
And stuff. America need to coin maybe a holidays and that's or baby. There are some for adventure sake. They go to live in places. A bit more Ghana, but and then also. But when you live in a country where you have a significant chunk of your population exiting in desperation, a sign of it's a distress call.
Wow.
I actually say you need to do something to remedy the situation. Unfortunately, no, people don't care. There be a in terms of human resources, the most valuable a human resource.
Very well.
Fortunately, we have it in abundance. So why can't we leverage same for economic transformation? Or countries elsewhere, or more youth. Nay, just numbers, population. China, but Alaska, they've been able to leverage the numbers for economic success, and now kind of global giant in terms of economy. Asia side, where a lot of countries are emerging, Indonesia and other countries like Vietnam, and they are making positive stride. And estimation is that in the next 20-30 years, all kind of biggest economies in the world, all kind G20, G8, those countries, you count them. Why? Because and they are laying a foundation for a certain takeoff. What are we doing? You to know every day, or more amount for DP or Mojo Musica, or in the bit they are desperate wanting to travel outside Alaska. I think we need to turn the situation around, and that is the only thing I bet me bring a hope to the average and the ordinary Ghanaian.
Right. As Ivan Che innocent and I would tell them, I want for shots and say, yes, we almost I know my bro for number fem at the amount. About Aquaba.
Yeah, near Alaska.
Boko dear.
Nyamiado, my name say a program Kakao Wutu Senya East. I'm say a national organizer by and a deputy secretary national. Sensitizing the people with our policy.
Okay.
With the clergies and other people. So we are on course. But Michia Omo Mutie Mina na Ea Obin Suti minim so ni Mapokwanta village view a cropon down ho.
A Mampon
Kwanta. Yes,
right.
Guy view ho pa your friend Sam Kofi.
Rabi a show na your national.
Well nutio every seconds every hour. Enti Michiano Sam Kofi Mapokwanta. Ntino Mitie fo nyina that's it.
So let us say you have a short discussion. I'm gonna answer now not your way ever my Mrs. here. Now pose that
PPDP God's own party in Ghana. Over Ghana, Nyamina the Sibati MPP. Etina MPP pe any party eba asumdwe ekom ebinsi Ghana dano. Beboa. Ahoche ba wi asinyina Ghana ha ye hu bi. Abrochempo omusalai property Ghana ya salai. Yedum kane o babia Ghana yedum kane a sure say Yankopona party any MPP. If you the Ghanaian
92.3. Right, so. I'm a mamino one chance here. National Peace Council to engage NDC on peace declaration ahead of election 2024. Whereas NDC said one month for I should drop my mission net and find show China. NPP said it's rather unfortunate. Say NDC someone yes and they should reconsider now for and here. Ivan Yanko.
The other kind you can't hold me by the boss. Say but tape we say now you expect me to jump over. And
92.3.
And then the edge argument.
Oh, sir.
Let me speak to the tape.
All right.
You see, when the conversation involving Napo or emerge as a running mate to your friend
Dr.
Baumia bar up no, maybe Tana Haka say it is an insult to the average and the ordinary Ghanaian. So obekwa such a character. Yes, ni nipa dua na nipa tan no, but Alaska politics no ye ni nipa na eye. Ye di nimdie ni nyansa na eye. Oh yeah, you gauge the emotions, the sensitivity of the people and the mood of the country. And no, and this is a guy. Everything I representing, you know, every of these cardinal principles, you lay down with. He's far outside this realm. So Obibebo ni team po, so okwa such a guy. Amara be lead, you know. Actually, say your politics no ni mo nyame wom apart from because I can't just say Akufo-Addo I degrade the veil of reverence I surrounded the presidency to the extent that any idiot anywhere is convinced that he or she can also be president. And it's the reason why you see this mad rush. Everybody wanting to be president. And then I'm in Kromo, have billboards, and as I'm for Kromo. Everybody want to be a president. Because that veil of respect, I attach it to the presidency, or be a president, or be a president. That near man, a new hobby, and the reason why we are here. Papa we shall see all cannons or come kwame nkroma no better our videos to catch us papa no nya ono o ade afa ne fie nyansa obi ni team so nsam na all can no asa obi a ofe oba hospital a ye fra ade bi projectile vomiters projectile na by force Alaska you might not be sure what you are vomiting unless it hits the floor nti okasa na okasa no onim dia oka until say be go form onwene. There are no filters. Yes, some all can. No, all can say be about President Mill, former president. I say, Aqua no we no. Bakuna we no. And then, Ebini said, you can you say, Adrianebu, when your first a buffer stock, as if I'm for a complaint. So, your presidency, you see, time of dress, yes, sanitize. I think it's too much politics, and I'm not looking in such a way. Say, like, Charlie, and you can't be a move. Because if you look at where we are today, my country is a Ghana, but we need mind, a very innovative mind, a pin to transformation, adding new ideas to be back. You bet me infuse into the system, Alaska. Near to me position of mind. My major focus has to do with the youthful population. I want you bet me leverage for a certain economic takeoff. Because a man for a nyaka crana move free here to kind of some fast what they are. Why can't we make good use of the same thing? But it will take mind that are very intelligent. Mind that are very innovative. Not this mind that sabi. Yeah, belonging to the 12th century. I full of tribalistic that kind of sentiment. And I'm for free say. So, come on, because so we a politician, I dare set you apart as a leader. Emma will look different from others. A fine speech. I've been telling you.
Exactly.
That is what Obama used to win the heart of the people. Anytime you are taking the stage, it is an opportunity for you to tell people how intelligent you are. The ideas are one over selling, but this is a guy. Or running mate to a leading political party, all the potential to win the election going into 2024 election. Anytime you're taking the stage to speak, you'll critique scandal. So you can imagine such a person moving from the political fringes, no Baba the vice president of this country. You can imagine me who take be also facing on one of the radio stations.
Exactly.
Now all Casa Kwame Nkrumah chichia him for no tanya him for. Just in some all can Alaska. Oh, you know what is that?
I've Kennedy Agyapong to hold in way in any
exactly. Alaska some now can so dangerous. And you see they are very provocative. Unfortunately, Ghana Makata say a homogeneous society and yet heterogeneous as compared to Nigeria and other places are quite sharp tribal differences and as well. Because we are now can we about Nkrumah. Another ethnic group also rise.
I will come and attack you.
Exactly. That not the day no the tone no about setting stage for a possible your friends say near maybe to destabilize the country. And this is a leading member. But when someone you can attack him for some of these things. What is about Tanaka say Odim Nyansa or can some dangerous that maybe incompetence, your friends and quiet for so we can discuss. But this is a guy unlucky basic acts, principles are said politics. Common sense or nibi or kasa or no so to go boom 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 boom. Now no just stage. So we had the posturing. Mercato say leadership, know how I present yourself to the people is everything. Alaska, go and look at the video or Sako anymore. Just say he doesn't know, he doesn't have a clue what leadership is about. And at the way. That is what I've always been saying. Say we the people, you see, sometimes it is very easy. Mercato say Alaska. So we a coward. It's so easy to run away from problems and say and always look for a way out. we think that NDC MPP has always been the problem until say you be taking these political parties away, no more new party about never nye and you ever try check.
That's right.
That is the reality of the situation. If you don't want to be emotional, the thing is we can at the same time work and fix the problem because these are human institutions. So we can equally as people assert ourselves and force this institution to do the right thing. Come on, catch us say, if Jesus Christ a former party or channel of Ghana, so this one it's the same people, the same mentality, the same psyche. And check now yes will be them because system now corruption, it will affect him. And man in your one say about tina yes will be one of them because the environment is so corrupt to the extent say
influence.
Exactly.
Sure, sir. No,
you see, onim the oil. And I make I say I have listened to him a couple of times. Alaska, when you know what you're doing, look at the economic situation I find ourselves in right now. Alaska, the guy has transformed himself into a joker. Because Makacha said no fiber of leadership and a namnimu on Timin Kenyans asem. That is another thing. Yes, he struggled to make sense. And the only way out is to, I don't know, can I say, Sebi, me, I don't want to use certain descriptions, but you see, I quite will be a comedian, be a political party, she and a cofana bejino say, on my ma, your friends said the prenups, on my man for a ninja, and son of the main speaker, Naba. Yes, Alaska, that's what he's been doing. I am telling you, sir. People who we have entrusted political power into, they don't respect us. So when they are choosing, they don't look at the quality in these people. You can't sit here and tell me, say, within the MPP, you need the party, or the party.
That's right.
There are a lot of intelligent, credible people within the party, or but to have a be a Ghana Babedri, now here, Braku for the Ghana abo, never be a gina ne. Nasa who is sitting out for bits about me, net your friends say, Napo so may random meeting Maya. Are you insulting everybody? Indicating, say, Nipana Hano, Sabi, ye Nimiansa, ye Nimi left from our right. We don't even know what we want, and we don't know where we are going. Eti or bet me decide it will be about the so because we know say the people are very emotional people and they will fall for some of these things. And this is exactly why we are here. And I'm telling you, say we cannot sit here and fold our arms and say until said what never back on me and somebody say no. Say Ghana democracy in Ghana development a best Alaska a dependent menewo. We need to transform ourselves into enlightened citizens. That be a it doesn't matter who becomes, even Jesus Christ, he will come and take that for granted. We need to set the stage. I don't think other countries or my yamana ye. The last time I was telling you about UK, we got two political parties, US the same thing. But why is it that they are not doing things that we are doing here? Because they respect the people. They know say nipa na muno mubu amano. I'm very intelligent group of people. You can't take them for granted. See, I think that the stage will set and we will get what we want. Not some of these consistently, no. Obiko to Galamse no Yesika, the next time over MP.
That's right.
Joker bit baby Kwatia, next time not a party executive. The next day over to no stop a president, Eddie. Science Muna and Namsun Ekosu Okloma say. And I think we need to, as people, no but Tanasaka said, no, enough of this nonsense. Let us look at a new line of leaders. Among form of Jane, among form more any emotional, now are very intelligent people with vision, but we are projecting into the future, assess the current situation, and come up with alternative very feasible. I bet me about transforming this particular economy because I can't just say what here. Hoping say Yankupon ba I bet you mine. I will dam because Yankupon to mine. Yansabia you will be on their mind. It is up to us to ensure that we do the right thing and fix the problem because Yankupon to mine. And can Russia and Ukraine shall so muku pay for and as for no. He doesn't have time. It is up to us to fix this broken country. And the year I am menewo. That is why I've always been advocating. Say we the citizens, we need to transform ourselves into sentinels, gatekeepers, protectors of our democracy. And yes, sir, this country will crash. Alaska back to Peace Council and as for you see, hypocrisy in this country, I think they are rising to a fever pitch. And sometimes it's very nauseating. You see, democracy, there are a lot of stakeholders.
Okay.
Crucial ones have to deal with the political actors, NDC, MPP, CPP, independent candidates. They are the critical actors. I know they normally seeking out for a particular interest within the elections. But citizens, civil society organizations, international organizations, these are critical stakeholders. Almost no democracy depend. because you jama these political parties in Kwan always they will look out for their interest and it will be way. But when you have the media are setting watching the whole thing from a very dispassionate perspective, you have civil society organizations almost breathing down on the necks of these institutions. We have state institutions and peace council as well. These are institutions. Alaska, you don't only rise to the occasion when we are going into elections.
Very well.
And say, Yan sign peace accord. Peace accord for what? Peace is not an event.
A process.
Peace is never an event. It's a process. And there are certain fundamental things that must be established for peace. In the peace that is built on injustice is war in postponement. Nipa betimi betena ho aye nanim fine but na your object e woni mu because ofiri say one treaty ni ye yet kroma ya go into an election be 2020 elections no. This peace council and international organization met the various political parties. Ne ka kire say okay, over the years no see you can see elections among for kofa ballot box among ye nyina ye nim e ma ebinum no mumu wo kofa ntokwa na se for ba enti no political parties are forming vigilante groups nyina mungu no going into elections no yeah the elections na she soldier for the police for nsa and the very people able taking care of the election. You see among for nya akomapa edi sa na emanachi going into the election hoping say government ebe go by the west. Alaska, for the first time in the history of this country, abra political parties assigned to peace accord, no, that is the time I am witnessing the most violent elections in our political history. Tell me, under the Fourth Republic,
no.
Even Rawlings as a military leader, our transiting from military junta to democratic way, no, under his style, we never went to an election, sir. Nipa 8, Uwe say. And Nipa no mu ye no, it's not as if say your friends say the vigilante group now you can disband you. And rather no, government decided to arm these people with military uniform.
Exactly.
Any police uniform, arm them with guns. And under the instruction of some individuals. And on video, we saw these guys shooting people in a short range. Me who be that? Alaska, I have friends who are soldiers. They go to war. Then I say for Alaska, when you are in pursuit of an enemy, now or dying and Nina say, oh Ghanaian, you don't shoot people because it is only cowards who shoot people from behind.
That's right.
You don't shoot people from behind. And even the Panocram man and Sassu will give you up. You take that person as a prisoner of war. Shall we consider Ukraine, Russia, yeah, among they taking over cast, you know. Russian soldiers no much munina. Yachichiro munina. They are taking them back to Ukraine. They never kill anybody because anybody give you up, you don't kill. But you have say these people echo techimai. Abra ye kind elections. Among a man for say a man for a tobo and Alaska more dama. We are soldier now we are police in Nase. We say obi to boa ye the 20 ye obi to boa the 20 no.
Oh,
these people were shot in close range after parties akosane your friends a peace accord. And after so you can admit okay things happen. Maybe things got it out of hand and such skirmishes happen resulted in the death of we. As a serious, responsible government, the next next line of action, everything lend credibility to you going to the next election, you know, has to do with overcoming up with measures. Everything they addressing the situation. Somebody I'm for say, oh, boy, I do a government no orchestrate you. Now, begin to happen in the sea, but you see, this inertia, this reluctance on the part of government, the unwillingness to do act, and I say, oh yeah, baby. Amaya making sure say punish individual and say yeah investigation about this particular thing until date. Nobody has been investigated.
But I mean, so you know and what say
President Nembeka say the election was peaceful but for few regrettable deaths. Never 18 in an election I unprecedented in our political history. And that person comes and makes such a joke comment. Now I get away with this. Now say peace council I can't say mean never on a single occasion and a commentary on this death. Never. And a peace council catch that by say, a bonipa 18 no no, yan set up a committee, a commission, na yan investigate. Na se nipa no mo wunu kra na wo mobusian for na yan penyansa sem bi nkanche o mo say aban niama na kofa we ba enti ya pamocho ana se say Alaska till date peace council anwe no ho ya tikrom ha media people mo ye o modwuma in the name of our democracy na se for no Ahmed Swale was killed till date. Peace council, what is our call it on government at least on your be crowd to quicken the investigation?
No.
We've had a number of instances state security to me will be there man Johnny akwa adapt na abrante ya not Twitter na so oye ne nema yi obobo ni din some guy bi akwa ketwa ono sabi oye ne nyuma
bongo
exactly you man argue say politics na bia you see obia ne de na akwa ketwa wo yo state machinery team ko fa no ne dem ahomache subjecting it to a lot of trauma. Peace Council never commented. And there are several individuals who will go through such tragic experiences in this country. Now what tenants now for do arms, now what tenants here be doing as a election they be do. Now Okasa will be in sign peace accord. Alaska any damn the whole team.
Another
any damn. It is either you are a hypocrite or maybe will interest be our line so and I'm not sure any serious minded individual will take you serious. It's the reason why today say NDC ones I agree with them.
You agree with
me I will never sign. I would never put pen to paper. Some me sign peace accord for them. 92.3 Alaska baby ya do no ya nyamwa o ye nipa da sani. I know right from wrong. Meti hey Alaska we are having a conversation. Meti hey me no kasa ye have this conversation but na pen wo me botom na me dia wo wani. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Because we are human beings, we are rational until something happens. Until say conversation and overturning to something different. And then who say emotions rise. Conversation also it's a process. And some about do somebody at the way.
And to win the NDC,
Alaska, Peace Council, Peace Accord, we know what is right, we know what is wrong. And Obia are rational human beings. Do the things right because we have state institutions that have been if you do things and you do it right, do you need to sign peace accord with anybody?
No.
Do you need to sign peace accord? You don't need it because in the past, similar thing was signed in the past. And I will be signing peace accord and bab the person from engaging in violence and I say, and I say you're signing peace accord. In recent time, we've seen a lot of peace accord, yes, and even at the international stage, I'm for breaking.
That's right.
Because the other guy, and taking the West. And you see, people, and I'm not sure, say, the NDC as a political party is saying that they will not sign the peace accord for no reason. It is because of the experience in 2020. Exactly. Now, Alaska, now we're because I will grab about them, and I will name the open. Exactly. Because 2020, it was agreed, and the various parties agreed. They went to the table. Yeah. That is the first time a state-sponsored perjury, leashy on the citizens of this country. And aftermath, no investigation has been conducted. And can you trust the state? Makacho said, you see, in a democracy or in leadership space in Alaska, the only thing a holding government be in space because government is a small part of the larger way. The only thing that hold that government in space is trust and confidence. Make no mistake and think that the police is the military, you are a joker. It is a trust and confidence. That is the reason why the last time I told you, in the United States of America, all the arsenals you can think of, all the military might, everything. Abraya announced election that Donald Trump say that veil of trust got broken. Look at the way Amana citizens walked to the Capitol Hill and invaded.
That's right.
The place. This is America. That's the people's power. So the only thing putting restraint on the people is trust and confidence. Thinking the government will do the right thing. Government will take good decisions. So if we get to a point and people become aware, say, oh, government bulldozer the way, soldier for kunipa fan hudi, and especially at the time. I evidently clear say some bandits have been shipped into these sensitive security installations like police, military. In recent time, or in the name of say do elections now, we will use these individuals to crack down on your friend say a man for standing on our way. You can't do that and survive. And the peace, it's a process. The president must lead it. State institutions must lead it, and citizens will walk in. Because you see, it is crazy for opposition party to say, election is not yet going to war. War, there ammunition is better now. We are not in America where everybody vote to one of them. We are opposition party now, so only state machine about war. I just say we are not second war.
That's right.
But I'm saying that it is only a fool who walk into a gunfight with knife and clubs.
You must also arm yourself.
Exactly, and you don't have it. So it means that going into war with state machinery, will not favor any opposition party. So peace, even opposition crowns or mulidi. Sabaya, you bring free and fair elections. But Alaska, if the table now you're setting does not in any way point to the fact say President now what is on your wailing so bema mrane nsisaya ya juma. Now you go into the election peacefully because you see the anti-American saying is cabinet minister Brian Champong Abrante no share Van Dam's special original parliament Alaska or your cabinet minister on several occasions he tell people say power and young handy over yes, and you see he says these things and he gets away with it. Peace Council ate.
Our track record said 2019. I was West Wagon.
Peace Council ate. President is aware, and some him phone as for aware. And some now branches no cano. Sabi ayen crass. Some especially at this time. Looking at the atmosphere, looking at the environment here, you mean you don't make such an incendiary comment, such an inflammatory comment, because you might not even mean it. Because I'm saying that he or kind of because he's just a coward. Who's a coward? So you make a lot of noise. You understand? Hotel no crock fire and a man for no now he's a coward. But you see, and you'll be able to so we are sir, a man for air build it, the alternative, the way out. And yeah, Alaska, never begin some. So when people begin talking this way, as a leader, as a president, you need to call them to order. But we have a situation now, and the president is saying the same thing. The presidency, a gigrim or no cannot want to save himself. Lord Comey, when a fool, can even save himself. And such a joker sit on TV and tell say, I will not hand over. These are jokers. But you see, we live in an environment. Among for are desperate. Alaska, look around us. There is this new wave of violent revolution that is caving in Africa. It started in your friends in Kenya. That's right. And spread it over to Nigeria. Some of these things do have bushfire effect. If you don't take care, by the time I realize, now show. And what happened in North Africa? May the use example. Arab Spring. On the 17th of December 2010, a young man set himself ablaze. Our Tunisia. People thought it was a joke. Edru on the 14th of January, now President Norton was trying to say a petty thief, Ben Ali, and see why a Koya Kodru on the 14th of your friend saying, is it March? Now Hosni Mubarak, I will Egypt for almost 30 good years. Oh, Janet Sakoko, Alaska, San and Nemua on the 20th of October 2011. Gaddafi was killed like a criminal, a common criminal on the street of your friend saying, Libya, Alaska, a Koya Okoyemena. The president then was deposed. The deputy Nekofan by spread it over to Middle East. Emma Bashar Assad ne Nasifonum Obienya Nedia. That is how Asanema way. And when you see these things a little around us, you must be very cautious. How will be a winning Yansa or Kasa? You need to check the kind of language, especially at the time Ghana Nibia Buto. Chrono at your minafa. Sabi Encras, Sama your minafa. Mekaja say, a minor Mubunias or Mumuni Yakeko. Encras Sama Sankaho. The impunity with which these people act, As a Ghana for Abu to the has a shaman for a minute. People just want a space to. That's right. So you don't give them a reason. You act in a way as Sabi Nema Unko Ukrana, a man for them say, oh, a buying yen Nema Sabi. Odobia Pamano. If we are political party now, we are Nema ya, you can win without any hindrance. We are independent candidates, not so bet me win here. You can win without any hindrance. But when these stakeholders, Misha Semeka said they are critical stakeholders. Right. When they become convinced that the Bia a buying who use state sponsored your friend saying militia, any state-sponsored individuals. Sabaya, a bind the way. Alaska, I'm telling you, we say you who man for be a who for. That's right. But when you push them to the wall, the man in Obia will come to bear. And at that point, Ebia, you cannot control the fallout. And I think that is the kind of lesson President Akufo-Addo, Nini cohort, must learn. Say Ghana is not any property, and any more busi Japadia. And you cannot use Ghana for your personal whatever. the omode be yan omode aye no oman na tete apansam de umbe wiama wiawie
Right.
you need to leave the stage, create room for accountability. Say aban foforo ba na say wanye niema ya, you will be held responsible and accountable. And I'm telling you, say Ghanaians are going to lead that particular time, because we cannot sit on TV and say amam for yesika kanoforiata kobo obosia na yakeka, then the next government will come and then everything ends there. Basa, you will be chased out
of power.
exactly, because
Then I
at this
said-
point, you know, I'm coming. The average and the ordinary Ghanaian, I can't just say, in as much as you can argue, say most are emotional, we've gotten to a stage that a lot of them are very enlightened, and this extreme partisan emotions are very often a choky, you know. Some people have been able to rise above it. Somebody may be NDC, somebody may be MPP, but you see, they look at the greater good. You understand?
That's right.
So at that point, you know, you cannot even convince your own party people say you're doing the right thing, because they know and understand politics as it is today. So I think that we the citizens, you can belong to whichever political party you want. That's your own damn business. But Alaska, the thing they say, the Yankopon boy and Adeba conference COBia and say the difference between good and bad.
Exactly.
So never na corner and call in favor. And politics, political party, you invest emotions, and you answer. Whenever you invest emotions into political party, you are dead. That is when people will do silly stuff and you defend them. Present yourself as a reasonable political. Your friend say, yeah, what's in there, man? Say, and you know what is going on. And sometimes, you know, say never you'll be able to at least have your say on them.
Right. That was Ivan Che Innocent. Me try me ho abasisia.
Minua, afei ma menka me wura mu mu aso ahunu a menyae wɔ Safari Valley Eco Park in Trail. Emra yedu rock